Mabuhay mga KaVet! VetSentiments is back with our third episode. And dahil episode 3 na ngayon, may bago kaming host. I am KaVet Jubes of UP VetSoc and introducing my new co-host.
And I am KaVet Hannah of UP VetSoc. For this episode, we will talk about the month of May as Mental Health Awareness Month.
Oo. Pero bago ang lahat, syempre, this episode is brought to you by Pet Wonders Veterinary Clinic. They offer consultation, vaccination, surgery, grooming, and pet supplies. You can contact the main branch located at Old National Highway, Barangay Nueva, San Pedro, Laguna. And it is beside DPI San Pedro at 02-214-1989 or 0917-511-7982. Rosario branch is located at Rosario Avenue, Barangay Nueva, San Pedro, Laguna, beside Star Chibugan, with contact number 02-950-7155 or 0917-1466789.
Also, please like and follow their Facebook page at facebook.com/petwondersvet/. So, for our first segment, EDOC, we invited Professor Rain Tolentino to understand better what mental health is, the realities of living with mental illnesses, and how we can attain mental wellness.
Oo, ganun talaga. Kasi alam mo ngayon, Hana, talagang nakaka-stress talaga yung buhay ngayon. Kasi syempre, pandemic ngayon, di ba? Tapos
online learning.
Totoo. Tapos flexible learning pa. Tapos, talagang sobrang stress na tayo.
Stress ka pa kasi next year daw ay flexible learning pa rin.
Hindi ako.
Pero binawi na.
Totoo talaga, hindi ko alam bakit parang hindi lang talaga nila i-prioritize yung dapat i-prioritize. Wow! Wag ganon. Ha?
Tama.
Ay, joke lang. Yun. Anyways, our guest for today, he is a junior lecturer of psychology at Pamantasan ng Cabuyao, a cyclist, a gamer, part-time entrepreneur, aspiring plantito, and full-time coach of PNC Futsal Varsity. And of course, he is a researcher na syempre tinatamad na, pero binubuhat pa rin yung sarili niya para sa trabaho. Ganun talaga, ang dedication. Ganon. So, ayun, let us welcome Professor Rain Tolentino.
Thank you. Hello. Hello po sa mga listeners.
Yes.
Hello sa mga KaVet.
Yeah, hello sa mga KaVet.
Kamusta ka naman, sir?
Okay naman. Kaya lang, ayun nga, mainit kasi dito sa Cabuyao, kaya naiinitan din. So, ayun.
True.
Sobrang init nga.
Totoo, 3 lessons nga talaga ako naliligo isang araw. Kamusta naman yung classes mo, Sir Rain?
Medyo okay naman. Medyo lang. Nakaka-cope naman ang aking mga estudyante. Though noticeable naman yung kanilang pagbaba ng participation. But still, there's a lot to be thankful for. But there are more to be, sabihin natin, lot to be improved. Sana.
Oo, sir.
Nahihirapan po ba?
Ay, sorry. Anyways, sige, hanay ko muna.
Nahihirapan po ba kayo sa online learning? Sa online class?
Sa online class. Basically kasi, since ako yung professor, yung ko lang naman kasi contribution ko sa classroom experience, yung mismong lecture, then lessons, then exams, then quizzes. Pero, pagdating kasi sa framework ng supporting framework ko like internet, laptop, kaya naman within my means. So, in terms of my delivery, wala namang problem. Pero in terms of my students coping with this kind of delivery, medyo doon mababa. Kasi meron ako mga estudyante na literal umaasa sa cell. Kasi I think I have mga 3 to 4 students na yung phone nila ay gamit nila yung isang low-end na hindi na magsasabi ng brand. Low-end model ng isang particular brand. Hindi ganun sabihin natin kaganda or kataas yung technology nun. So, nahihirapan silang gumamit ng apps. Lalo na kasi ginagamit namin na app, na application for delivery. Medyo, sabihin natin mabigat. sa system. So, ayun, nahihirapan sila. Sometimes, hindi na sila uma-attend. So, wala namang problem sa akin yan kasi prior to the beginning of each semester, for the school year, sinasabihan ko na sila na pag hindi nyo kayang umattend, download nyo na lang yung module. Pag hindi nyo kayang download yung module, maghanap kayo ng kaibigan nyo na malapit dyan, i-download sa inyo yung module, tapos lipat na lang via Bluetooth. Pero, pagdating sa exams, yun, kailangan nila mag-online. So, kailangan nila gumastos, ganyan. Ang dami ko ng mga estudyante na nagkukwento sa akin na without naming names, yung tatay nila ng COVID, natakot po. Kasi, this was in the first few months ng quarantine. Natakot sila, pilihim nila. Kasi in their community, tumataas yung history ng mga tao with regards sa COVID kasi kumakalat yung fake news regarding COVID, tapos mataas yung misinformation sa lugar nila, maliit yung access sa information. Tapos, ang taas ng appreciation nila towards sa mga tao na hindi naman reliable pagdating sa COVID. So, nahihirapan tuloy sila mag-cope doon. So, meron mga estudyante, I think, mga 2 o 3 na-diagnose ng ilang mental disorders during this school year. So, pero dire-diretso pa rin sila sa pag-aaral. Kasi kumukuha sila ng medicine, nag-consult sila sa psychiatrist. So, kasi mga psychology students, alam nila ang gagawin. Pero what if naman doon sa iba kong mga estudyante na hindi naman psychology major? So, yun yung current situation ng learning. So, in short, on the professor's side, hindi ganun karamdam. O, in my own case, hindi ganun nararamdaman kasi I have everything that I need. Pero sa side ng estudyante, it's a different story altogether.
Tama, Sir Reno. Talagang we appreciate yung mga professors na understanding, and also we understand din yung mga students na ginagawa naman lahat to cope o to keep up sa online classes. Yan.
Talagang flexible learning talaga. Flexible sa side ng professor, tapos flexible din sa side ng mga estudyante. Lahat tayo nag-a-adjust, parang gano'n.
Tama.
So, punta na po tayo sa sa una nating question of the day. Wow. So, ang una nating katanungan ay, is mental health the same as happiness?
To be honest, kasi sa psychology, layman, sa mga taong hindi naman masyadong alam yung technicality ng psychology, iisa lang yung mental health at saka happiness. Or pwede na lang isipin na happiness may lead to a better mental health. While some bits of that ay totoo. In psychology kasi, we consider happiness as more of a emotional state. Mental health is, sabihin na natin, is more of an umbrella term for a lot of things. Kasi when we define a mental health, kasi siya we're talking about the well-being ng individual. And we talk about well-being, we're usually talking about the psychological well-being, the social well-being, physical well-being, and nabagit ka na ba emotional well-being? Nabagit ka na yata, So, basically, marami siyang, malawak siya, yung mental health. So, when we say that happiness equates to mental health, or is it the same? Maybe to a certain part, especially if we look at people na masaya sila, who are truly and genuinely happy sa kanilang buhay, then I think there is a chance that they have a good mental health. Pero to say outright na mental health would equate to mental health equates purely on happiness, baka hindi kasi maraming factors to consider. So, yun yung current situation.
Tama, Sir Reno. So pwede nating, we can say that happiness positively affects our mental health, no?
Oo. Yes, it is, probably one of the easiest way to improve our mental health is to focus on happiness. What makes you happy? Kaya nga, as an example siguro, yung, Bhutan, one of the smallest countries sa mundo, na probably also has one of the smallest GDP sa buong mundo. They have as a national policy which they call as the gross domestic happiness, or GDH. Wow. So in short, their government policy, they prioritize happiness over their own ability to produce income. Yun yung nila. Kaya ang dating yan, in all of Asia, ganun kalit yung Bhutan, ganun kalit yung GDP nila, but the population is generally happier when compared to other nations here in Asia na mataas yung kanilang GDP. And that is because it's a national policy. So, syempre, they have a very good government naman. Kasi, but imagine if you're a family or a unit or barangay, focus on friends, you focus on what makes you happy. Definitely, it will generally improve your overall mental health. So, kaya sabi ko, it's one of the easiest ways to improve your mental health. Pero, syempre, you can't make a cake or you can't bake a cake with na flour lang ang gamit. So, you need other ingredients. Much like mental health, if you want to improve mental health, all in all, you also need to focus on other things. At dun sabihin na natin, medyo nahihirapan ng average Filipino.
Wow, grabe naman yung Bhutan. Siguro glowing lahat ng tao doon, no? Well, that makes sense po, no? Kailangan natin ng recipe to achieve well mental health. Ganon, di ba?
Ganon.
Tama yon. Sir Rain, mental health and physical health ba ay related?
Siguro sa explanation in layman terms, pag nag-exercise ka kasi, yung stress na naranasan mo na nag-accumulate, sabihin na natin nag-accumulate kasi sa mata ng tao, ang stress pa siya nag-accumulate. So, if we're going to use that kind of definition, physical exercise actually helps a lot in alleviating everything. No? Kaya may mga estudyante ako na all of a sudden, mga cyclist na sila, mga nagtatanong. Kasi may bike shop kami. Kaya part-time na ako. So, nagtatanong, sir, magkano po yung bike sa inyo? Ganyan. So, hindi naman ako nananaga, hindi kami nananaga. Ang presyo ng bisikleta, nagsisibilian sila. So, we try to give them the lowest possible price without compromising everything. And then, that's na nagbabike sila. Sa loob ng barangay, they upload pictures of that. So, dahil doon, nagkakaroon sila ng way para mag-cope with everything that's happening around them. And since it's coupled with actual strenuous activity, definitely, yung kanilang biochemical processes is also involved in that. Yung mental health kasi can also have sabihin na natin, a biopsychological factor. Kasi when you're exercising, you're basically producing more endorphins. I think you also are familiar naman with endorphins being
Yes po.
Endorphins. So endorphins kasi, the more endorphins that you have, the more sabihin natin feelings of elation ang nangyayari sa katawan mo. Kahit parang parang ironic na napapagod ka, pero at the same time, parang mas nagiging relaxing para sa tao. So yes, physical exercise is related to mental health. Kaya it's also one of the things that you can do or a person can do para ma-improve yung kanilang mental health. But not all physical exercise can contribute to the improvement of mental health. Kasi, for one, you need to enjoy yung physical exercise. Ngayon, baka mag-physical exercise ka, hindi mo naman pala magustuhan. Kaya po, napaka-popular ng cycling ngayon kasi it has a less impact on the body. Pero it has less impact on your cardiovascular system, pero yung calories na nababurn is almost the same as running or gym, wherein it has more impact sa cardiovascular system, sa katawan mo. Kaya maraming na huhumaling sa cycling. Of course, you can do other physical things or physical exercises like running, kung nasanay ka na, or gym. Pero ang alam ko kasi sa current quarantine natin measures, hindi yata pinapayagan magbukas ng gym. So people are doing other things na pwede nilang gawin. Ang kasi doon, question doon, yung mga binanggit ko, katulad ng cycling, running, gym, kasi it equates to a certain socio-economic living. Hindi naman kasi lahat kayang bumili ng bisikleta. I mean, even the cheapest bike possible, would still amount to thousands of pesos. Ayun. Tapos yung gym subscription would amount to, the cheapest I know is 50 pesos per day. Tapos for equipment like running shoes, syempre, hundreds of pesos or kung gusto mo mahal, thousands of pesos. So, yung mga physical exercise na yon still equates to a certain socio-economic factor na hindi naman lahat ay kayang gawin. Kaya there are other things na pwede mong gawin katulad ng simpleng paglalakad lang within your surrounding, or even yung pagiging plantita or plantito, yung pagtatanim, no? Dahil yung kasi na nag-grow siya, ito nakakaya na maging masayang individual. At the same time, yung pag-aalaga ng mga halaman, lalo na kung nagmumove ka ng mga paso, naglalagay ka ng lupa, nagtatanim ng mga buto, halaman, or seedling, lahat yun, those are still physical exercise. And those still contribute to your mental health altogether.
Mental condition lang talaga, not sorry.
Oo. Kaya, if there are things na kumaga hindi ako makapag-bike, ganyan, kahit yung simpleng paglilinis, that can contribute a lot to your paglilinis ng kwarto mo. Pag nasanay ka na magulo, gigising ka, konting linis lang, konting pag-ayos lang ng ng kwarto mo, that can still contribute a lot to your mental health.
Ganon. Magtrabaho kasi kayo sa bahay, guys. Huwag yung puro ML.
Thank you.
Oh. Tama, maghugas kayo ng plato para gumandang mental health nyo. Anyways, Rain, so masasabi niyo po ba na ang mental health at ang emotional health ay pareho or iisa?
We also recognize kasi that the emotional well-being or emotional health, kung tawagin ng iba, ay part din ng mental health ng isang individual. So, you may be doing physical exercises, sabihin na natin, gano'n. Tapos, pag nakasweldo ka, or natanggap yung bagong bagong gaming laptop, makabili ka, bagong kotse, makuha mo yung bagong album ng paborito mong K-pop band, so on and so forth. Okay? That may provide a certain level of happiness. Ang question lang kasi doon is, how long does it actually, gaano siya tumatagal? Yun yung question doon. Maka-receive ka ng smartphone, yes. Bago siya, pero how long does it last? Yung happiness mo in getting a new phone. Or yung physical exercise mo, gaano katagal yun. Kaya, importante din yung emotional well-being. Yung sense of, sense of satisfaction, sense of yung achievement na makukuha mo, so on and so forth. Kaya, yung ways din in how we manage ourselves, okay, importante din yun. Probably one of the most, issues with regards sa ating emotional well-being during this pandemic is yung feelings ng isolation. Kasi tayo, di ba, kayo, ang naalala ko dati pag sa LB, pag tapos ng klase, parang tanda ko, tatlo lang pala yung tinatambayan. Yung library, yung mga upuan sa mga upuan sa labas ng mga classroom, o kaya yung tambayan. Yun yung tatlo. Minsan may mga nakikitambay pa nga kahit hindi tagal. Okay lang yun. Di ba? Pero all of it actually has a social feature. Merong socialization factor. Okay. Now, in terms of the current pandemic quarantine or quarantine measures, yung social features na na-enjoy dati, wala na ngayon. And it's very important to understand kasi why it contributes a lot to our emotional well-being. Kasi iba yung emotional well-being na nararanasan at yung dapat napunan as per each group. For example, sa inyo, we're talking about, sabihin na natin, adolescent age or young adult age. So, pag young adult, 18 to 24 or 18 to 28. Tapos pag adolescent, we're talking about 13 to 19 years old dito sa Pilipinas. One important factor or phenomena that happens in those age groups ay yung formation ng identity and yung yung pag-solidify ng socialization, yung pagkaroon ng social circle. Kanino ka makikikaibigan, sinong barkada mo. Ito yung mga stages kasi na nabubuo. Cut away those important social interaction that forms your social circle, that forms your identity, nagkakaroon ngayon ng problema. Kaya some people would feel they are isolated kasi yung supposed na pakiramdam nila na they were expecting, okay, hindi nila nakukuha yon. A lot of the online comments and sentiments that I've been viewing over the past months, no, ay nagagaling specific age group talaga, around 18 to 20 or 18 to 19. And I noticed that some of them are senior high school students and or first year students who are expecting a lot out of the interaction of their last school years as per their educational attainment. Senior high, dapat ina-enjoy na namin yung last year. Diba? Or pag first freshman college ka, dapat ina-enjoy na namin yung may makilala na bagong tao, yung mga naririnig namin na, uy, pag freshman ka dito, ito yung mararanasan mo, yung mga exciting features. Pero nawawala lahat yun. Okay? And everything is replaced by the online classes. Well, hindi natin din masisi. Kasi if we are going for socialization or social activities, extracurricular activities, it might become a super spreader event. Yun yung natin. Kaya sometimes, kailangan magkaroon ng ibang measure para mapunan yung ganong klaseng mga sentiments. Yung mga pwedeng gawin like magkaroon man lang ng break, academic break, so that yung kanilang socialization feature can be somewhat magawa. Kasi some people are saying na kasi maganda mag-bonding ngayon pag quarantine. It can be done, for example, kapag lahat ng members sa family mo walang ginagawa. Oo, possible 'yon. Pero pag kailangan may gawin si tatay or si nanay, kasi lalo pag wala talaga kayong makuha ang pagkain or kailangan magtrabaho, tapos si kapatid or wala rin namang academic break kasi meron silang klase, tapos ikaw lang yung wala, hindi equal yung experience, and therefore nawawala talaga yung sinasabi nating social features. All of that contributes to our emotional well-being. Yung feelings natin, sadness, feelings ng happiness, lahat yan may social factor. Mahirap sa na ang happiness ay within, o kaya ang happiness ay nakukuha mo sa ibang bagay kasi matutuyo din yung source of happiness mo na iyon.
Okay. So, dun sa mental health issues brought by, kunyari, isolation. Sir Rain, pwede ba ito ma-prevent yung mga mental health issues?
Ang national policy kasi natin is, pagdating sa mental health is prevention. Okay, pero in order for us to do that, kailangan meron ding awareness kung paano gawin yon. So, pwede siyang ma-prevent yung mga nararanasan natin yun na mental health issues. Ang problem lang, hindi kasi lahat na-inform kung paano ito gagawin. Like, limbawa na lang, if we're going to talk about an example of such kind of things, might have noticed even within your ito nabasa ko lang siguro kasi wala na ako sa system ng state U, although alam ko baka magkaroon ng backlash, balikan ako. I have seen several professors from the university na sinasabi lang nila na pauso lang yung depression or mas matindi yung panahon namin. Yung panahon namin, wala kaming ganito, ganyan. Ngayon, may internet na kayo, may ganyan na kayo. So, nagkakaroon kasi ng generation gap pagdating sa pag-handle ng mental health issues. Nowadays kasi, because of the advent of information technology, information is mostly free and easily accessible. Okay? Ang nangyayari, tumataas din yung awareness ng kabataan. The younger you are, the more digitally inclined you are. So, mas madali tayong makakalap ng information, and socialization is taking on a whole new level. And, well, cut away all of that. Or, yung, tawag dito, pumasok yung mga tao na hindi masyadong naiintindihan yung sitwasyon ng kabataan or ng ibang mga tao. Hindi lang kabataan, meron din mga matatanda. Nagkakaroon tayo ng misunderstanding kung paano i-handle yung mental health. Some would just say na it's more of a home remedy lang, kaya mo yan. Ganun yung dating. Kami nga nung kami namin. Others would take a more will take a more academic or scientific approach. And in order for us to do that, kailangan mag-spread talaga ng information. Ang tanong, kanino ka kukuha ng information? That should be, I think, personally, I think that it depends upon your situation. A good example nito is pag estudyante ka. Pag estudyante ka, a good source of information to handle or to prevent mental health issues ay dapat manggagaling sa school mo. Okay? Dapat manggagaling sa school. If you have a guidance counselor or if you have a faculty that is trained in mental health issues, mas maganda. Kasi they could present all of those things, some advices and so forth na pwedeng gawin ng individual, ng estudyante, bahay while under quarantine. Okay? Another source would be yung local community. So pwedeng yun yung barangay, okay? Or pwedeng any communal institution katulad ng NGO. Pwede silang mag-conduct ng mga activities or mag-spread ng awareness campaign or information na nagsasabi anong mga pwedeng para ma-prevent ang mental health issues. And probably the biggest institution that can contribute to preventing mental health issues ay yung government. That could include your local government unit and also your national government. Okay, to be more precise, dapat LGU yung nagbibigay ng solusyon sa mga ganitong klaseng suliranin, lalo na sa mental health issues natin. However, hindi sa lahat ng panahon kasi nagagawa iyon. Halimbawa na lang sa mga public schools, mga public school systems, in one research, informal research na pinagawa ko sa mga estudyante ko, around dito sa Cabuyao, they found out that majority of the public schools dito, I think, may nabanggit lang silang dalawa na school ang merong guidance counselor, kasi licensed guidance counselor. Majority of the public schools do not have a guidance counselor. Meron lang silang officer, a faculty or a teacher na itinalaga bilang officer in charge sa guidance office. And that presents a whole lot of problem kasi later on, nasasanay yung tao na wag masyadong iasa yung mga pag-handle ng mga mental health issues sa mga taong merong kaalaman, kundi ihasa na lamang sa sarili. Kasi nasasanay sila. Napoprogram sila na wala naman nakukuha. So, to my own. Although, pwede nating sabihin na it's all part of the Filipino resiliency. Kaya lang kasi, pag hinayaan na lang natin yung resiliency ang humawak, parang na-romanticize pa natin yung cause ng mental health issues. Kayang-kaya ni Filipino resiliency yan. So, it's not that effective. Kaya, I'm quite surprised that some are not really making waves or doing so much pagdating sa pag-address nito. Okay? Sa pag-prevent ng mental health issues. It can be done. Kaya siyang gawin. Pero as I said, paano malalaman ng pangkaraniwan ng Pilipino kung hindi naman nila alam? I mean, for instance, you can log on to DOH. They have these information resources regarding mental health issues at saka mga activities that you can do, pero hindi naman lahat may internet. And who will be providing that? Even in the school level, majority ng mga nagiging participants sila, estudyante. So, since naging part sila ng seminar, paano ngayon ipopropagate ang estudyante sa community niya? Pagdating naman sa family niya, baka mas nananaig pa din yung ganong conditioning na when handling mental health issues, you are left on your own. Ayan. Kaya iwasan din natin. Ayan. So, what would be the best way to prevent mental health issues ngayon? If you're well-informed, tapos you have a friend that's not well-informed, then most probably, try to seek yung simpleng kumustahan lang. Kaya magkakaibigan. Okay. Magkakaibigan, you have Facebook, simpleng kumustahan lang can be a good way to kahit papaano alleviate the sources ng mental health issues. Another would be virtually trying to remember ito, although I don't really advise this that much. One thing is yung try to go back on try to recall good memories na sana nag-teach tayo dati, mga ganyan. Kasi it gives you a sense of hope na everything will be all right in the end. Kaya lang kasi, as I said, parang mahuubos din kasi yan later on, yung ganyan. Okay. Kaya maganda pa din is to maintain interaction. Kumustahin mo sila. Okay, tapos magsabi ka ng konting joke, magkwento ng ilan, so on and so forth, magbiroan kahit online. Ngayon, medyo nagkaroon ng ease ng quarantine measures. Or now, anong tayo? GCQ or MGCQ? Dito sa NCR+. I think
GCQ na.
GCQ. So, medyo may allowance na for social interaction. So, pwede na bumisita sa kaibigan mo. So, I think this will be a good time for us to do that. Kumusta physically? Pupunta ka talaga doon, kwento, so and so forth. Kaya, ayun. If you don't have the ways, if you don't have the means to access information or to seek help, then most probably social interaction is the best way for you to do that. Also, activities then that promote, that promote aggravating your mental health. Katulad ng drugs, katulad ng, tawag dito, vices, katulad ng pag-iinom or excessive drinking. Although, I find there are studies that suggest that drinking as well as smoking can be forms of can be cathartic in nature. Although nagiging short term lang siya kasi hindi rin naman ganun ka-healthy yung mga ganung practices. So, ayun yung sasabi ko.
Yes. Talagang sabi talaga nila, sir, ay talking helps talaga. Kasi, di ba sabi nga, no man is an island. Well, no man is an island. Kaya parang social beings talaga tayo. Kaya para maiwasan yung sense na feeling natin mag-isa tayo. Sense of isolation.
Pero kung tutuusin, mabalik lang ako sa situation niyo. Kinontak na ba kayo regarding sa kinukumusta ba kayo, so and so forth, ng mga prof nyo, ng mga alam ko, meron ako makilala na baka balikan nila ako.
Understanding naman sila sir.
Kasi yun yung mga magandang gawin Kasi I find that upon observation, if the guidance counselor or the person in charge for student services cannot contact you in any way, ang pinaka-nearest contact na doon will be your professor. Kaya maganda i-train yung professor din in how to handle things like this. Kasi na pwedeng sabihin, hindi na malapit yung estudyante. That can be true kasi sometimes students are not really comfortable with the guidance counselor. Kasi, as I said, kung yung social circle nila, mas comfortable sila doon, most probably, doon sila maglalabas, so sila yung first contact. In the case of academic circles, the professor should be, sabihin na natin yung first line of defense against yung deterioration ng mental health ng ating mga estudyante. Kaya ako sa mga estudyante ko, pag nakakausap ko sila or they post something on social media, ina-engage ko sila. Pinapatawa ko sila, joke ko, ganyan. Sometimes nagpi-PM sila na nagkukwento. So, ina-engage ko yon para tawag dito, hindi fully ma-deteriorate kung ano man ang mental health state nila ngayon. Kaya hopefully in your academic experience, yung mga professors niyo would also try to do something.
So far naman po mukhang very naman po sila approachable naman yung mga profs sa university. Pero hindi ko lang po alam sa ibang universities or sa ibang college.
Si Rem, nung last na kita namin ni Rem, kailan ba yun? I think that was 2018 or 2019. Nagkausap kami dyan. Nagtanong, di ko alam, Rem, ikaw na lang magsabi kung nakikinig ka dito. Ikaw na lang parang sa akin nila, kung ano yung mga possible ways para ma-push faculty para maging naman sila, maging aware sa mental health issues ng na mga estudyante. Kasi going back, pre-COVID pa to, prior, nagkaroon na ng na incidents sa college ng VetNet wherein nagkaroon ng mental health issues yung ilang estudyante which led to unfortunate incidents. So, in order for people to further, I think that was on the mind of Rem. Nagtanong siya sa akin. Tapos, I think ang binanggit ko yata noon is dapat i-train yung faculty in in handling things like that. Kahit parang first aid din yung dating. Where you have what we call a psychological first aid or PFA. Tapos one of the things that na dinidiscuss sa PFA ay yung pag-handle ng stress at stressful situation. So even simple lang yung PFA training. Actually, everyone, if you contact someone who knows PFA or can help conduct PFA, pwedeng gawin yun. I think meron yata within LB that can help the faculty in doing that. Tapos the faculty in turn would be open or would be sensitive with the mental health issues nung estudyante. Kasi ang hirap na ma-maintain tayo sa ganung understanding na ang mental health issues is more of a personal burden. But rather, we should be thinking that mental health issues is more of a community problem. It should be concern for the nation as well. Katulad nga binanggit ng example sa Bhutan, the nation's happiness is the number one priority ng government. As for us, the faculty or the college should also put into their concerns yung mental health ng kanilang mga estudyante.
Yes.
Ayan.
So, observation ko naman sa mga professors namin sa VetMed, tuwing nagpo-post sila or kunyari, Zoom classes, nagtatanong naman sila, kunyari, kamusta na kayo, and mga advices or reminders lang na ingat, ganyan. So, siguro it helps talaga.
Kahit mga simpleng statements na gano'n. Pwede yun.
And, ayun, sir. So, ano bang manifestations mo, Hana?
Talagang prevention is key talaga when it comes to mental health issues, and awareness has a significant role to that. Yeah. Activities, healthy activities, such as exercises, and forming new hobbies. Yeah. Yun yung mga good ways to better our mental health condition.
Paragay ko, sobrang helpful nga ayun yung pag-reach out. Pero mahirap din kasing mag-reach out. Yun yung feeling ko, napaka-brave ng mga tao na ko-conquer. Kasi minsan may fear ka na ma-judge or ma-misunderstand. So, pakiramdam ko, sobrang brave ng mga tao na humihingi ng help. Or kahit hindi professional help, basta yung nagre-reach out lang ba. Yun.
Siguro yung first step to that is acknowledgement. Na ito yung nahihirapan ka, so kailangan mo talaga mag-reach out, ganun, to help yourself.
Ayan, actually, yung reaching out. No, kasi sometimes, katulad nung binanggit ko, because of the certain generation gap, yung understanding ng mental health issues is different. Pero naapektuhan din yung younger generation. So instead of looking for help or assistance, napipigilan yung help-seeking behavior. Maganda yan na mag-reach out. Actually, hindi malala. Kung mas maganda yon kasi sometimes hindi kung yung nangyayari sa'yo unless sabihin mo talaga. At hindi nakakaya yon. And to add, nabanggit kasi ni Sis kanina, na yung all in relation pala sa binanggit ni Sis kanina, we also need to cut away yung mga nagiging talk.
Tama.
For example, ano bang ginawa ko, for example, in the past year, ang dami naging issues regarding COVID, sa action ng mga certain government officials. So there was a strong online debate on this and discussion. Me being a professor, naki-engage ako sa ganong klaseng discussion. So although ewan ko lang kung ano reaction ng ibang tao. So I found that some people in my circle of friends who are part of my FB connections or Facebook connections, napapansin ko magkasalungat kami pagdating sa ganung point of view. Everything else, we're good. Pero pagdating doon, napansin ko kasi it's not really more of a personal a personal concern. This is the concern ng buong nation. Why are you going so far as to supporting a meager reaction or meager action towards containing the virus or containing the pandemic? At that point, parang maliit naman, nagiging heated yung conversation at hindi na kasi nagiging healthy yung mga replies sa akin. So, it turned from sabihin na nating academic to sabihin na nating damaging, or sa case ng philosophy, I think ang tamang term ay ad hominem. Nagiging ad hominem na siya. So, ang ginawa ko, kinat ko siya. Tinanggal ko talaga siya. As in, I think I numbered during that time almost 2,000 pesos. Nagulat din ako nung chinek yung friends list ko. Ang dami ko palang naging estudyante over time. So, nung kinat ko sila, yung mga taong yon, from 1.8 or something, nabawasan ng 500. Nabawasan sila ng 500. So, after nun, feed ko, mga okay na post, mga, in my point of view, mga okay na, tsaka positive na reactions towards things that happens in our lives. So, at that point, just maybe, we could also try to cut, yung mga toxic na sources.
Kumbaga, timeline cleanse, mga ganyan.
Pwedeng gawin yun. Ang dami nagsasabi kasi na, ang arte mo naman, political lang yan, political beliefs. You can still say, be friends pa rin naman, but not necessarily stay connected in FB. So, yun lang naman yung, yung napapanood.
Tama. Siguro, ang magandang foundation dyan ay know yourself and love yourself. Kasi alam mo dapat yung dislikes and likes mo, kung hanggang saan lang yung limitation mo and yung preference mo sa tao, di ba? Hindi naman lahat ka-vibes mo.
Boundaries mo. Tama. Yon. So, thank you so much, Sir Rain, for taking time. Kahit na alam ko namin sa sobrang busy kayo, ang dami yung ginagawa. And nabigyan niyo pa rin kami ng time para mag-share ng inyong thoughts. So, thank you so much, Sir Rain.
You're welcome naman.
This will help our KaVets.
Yes.
Hopefully.
So, Sir Rain, bago tayo magtapos, meron po ba kayong gustong ipa-shout out, ganon? Shout out or
announcement,
advertise
yung cycles endeavor niya.
Ano ba ako? Wala naman sigurong events, pero hopefully a message na lang sa mga brothers and sisters and the other students na nakikinig sa podcast na ito. Hopefully try to be as positive as you can. Try to reach out to people na mapagkakatiwalaan mo. There maybe sabihin na natin you have 10 friends or 50 friends in the FB that you tend to talk to, but I'm hoping that you have, hoping na 1 to 3 na individuals that you can talk to more sincerely and more intimately. Para kung may problem ka, if you're feeling something na nakakabagabag sa iyo, maybe by talking to them, you can alleviate, no? And also to our brothers and sisters, especially sa mga alumni na close sa mga resident members, at lalo na sa iba pang estudyante ng VetMed or any other colleges sa LB or even in the whole country, maging open tayo sa hinaing ng mga bata. Not necessarily sa hinaing ng ang hirap ng exam, ang hirap ng submission, but more on the concerns, yung mga minor concerns lang na halimbawa, nawalan po ka ng connection. There may be a question of integrity there na sinadya ba niya talaga, baka malay mo, mga kopya lang yan. But wag nating isara agad yung explanation nila. We tend to listen first, no? Bago natin isara, make a decision that can be both mutual and compromising in nature. And I hope, and I think na-perform naman yun sa nakikita ko sa na-observe ko. Konting konting faith, have patience, and hopefully we can strive into making the country a better place by making sure na yung katabi natin, yung kaibigan natin, ay na-check natin yung kanilang mental health from time to time.
Yes. So thank you so much, Sir Rain.
Welcome.
And
ito na nga. May pa-change host tayo ngayong episode. Gusto mo yun? Ako nga pala si KaVet Miko.
At ako pa rin, si KaVet Hana.
Ayan. Ano naman masasabi mo, KaVet Hana? May pa-change host tayo ngayong episode.
Masaya naman kasi syempre, iba-iba yung nakakausap natin.
Oo, maraming input, maraming chika.
True, madaming say.
So, ayun na nga, para sa ating Vets Kwentuhan Online, babasahin natin yung submission ng ating KaVet na si Teddy kung VetsOK pa ba siya. So, eto, let's start. Itong sabi ni Teddy. Sa totoo lang, hindi ako okay in the conventional sense kasi araw-araw, kailangan kong labanan mga sakit ko. Very open naman ako sa diagnosis ko, which is post-traumatic stress disorder and bipolar 2, type 2. Pero I'd say despite that, okay ako kasi I can cope well on my own while my psychiatrist guides me through the process of navigating my condition. Marami din akong ibang healthy coping mechanisms na nahanap tulad ng safe space meditation, journaling, exercise, and relying on my very supportive support system na friends and family ko. True yan. My medications also help me a lot in stabilizing my emotions so that I can think clearly and formulate my plans for myself about how to go about managing the day-to-day struggles of mental illness. Developing coping mechanisms for bouts of mental illness is like strengthening a muscle. Ay, ang ganda ng analogy ni Madam Teddy.
True.
It hurts at the beginning and it feels unnatural, but the more you do it, the less painful it gets. Gusto mo yun, Hana? Words of wisdom from KaVet Teddy. Eventually, it becomes second nature, and you've become prepared to cope with the everyday struggles of mental health. It's a seemingly insurmountable, wow, ang lalim. It's a seemingly insurmountable struggle, parang vetmed na feeling ko walang katapusan, pero alam ko naman sa sarili, di ko lang makita sa ngayon kasi maaga pa.
Ayan. Mahirap maging okay sa totoo lang. It's something you have to actively seek even when you're not mentally ill. And although it's easier to seek that okayness pag may mag-cheer sa'yo as you look for that inner peace, at the end of the day, ikaw lang ang makakahanap ng kailangan mo. Ikaw ang babangon, ikaw ang maglalakbay, ikaw ang magsusumikap. Walang magliligtas sa'yo kundi sarili mo. Laging sinasabi sa akin ng psychiatrist ko na guide lang siya, pero ako ang magtatrabaho para gumaling ako. Yan, tama naman.
Tama, oo. Siyempre, on the other hand, kailangan may malakas ng loob ka pa rin na aminin kapag kailangan mo ng tulong. Oo, ang lunas sa sakit mo ay nasa iyo lamang, pero tao lang naman tayo, 'di ba? Sa ayaw at sa gusto natin, minsan kailangan natin ng hahawak sa kamay natin na magpapaalala sa atin na kaya natin 'to, na hindi tayo nag-iisa.
It's a delicate balance that we all have to seek to be okay. Being independent enough to save ourselves from our problems and dependent enough to admit that it's easier and more fulfilling to let the people who love us cheer us on. Pati naiisip ko rin, logically speaking, fresh perspectives are always healthy. Baka may perspective yung mga taong nagmamahal sa atin na hindi natin nakikita na makakatulong sa pagtulong natin sa ating sarili. They know us in ways we don't know ourselves, and there's a possibility that that alternate lens into who we are could guide us to better solutions our problems. But I have to say, it takes a lot of bravery to admit that you need help sometimes.
Lahat ng ito ang nakakatulong sa akin na maging okay. Mental health is a tricky thing, honestly. Hindi siya physical na makikita mong may mali agad-agad. Tapos ang dami pang stigma surrounding it in our society. It takes a lot of self-awareness to realize that something is wrong. A lot of bravery to admit that you're not in the best mental state you could be. A lot of courage to seek help to better yourself, and tons of perseverance to chase after this ephemeral idea of okay. It is a lifelong journey, and the answer to okay ka pa ba could change from moment to moment. Para sa akin, ang mahalaga lang, patawarin mo sarili mo na hindi ka laging okay. It might be the optimism in me talking, pero basta magpursige ka, magiging okay din ang lahat. Wow! Grabe naman yun.
Grabe so, yung submission natin this month, no? Talagang saktong-sakto sa sineselebrate natin this month of May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month.
True. Pak na pak din naman si KaVet Teddy sa pag-share ng story niya.
Oo.
Kasi, diba? Tama yung sinabi niya, yung mental health awareness, marami pa ring stigma na bumabalot sa kanya. So, hindi siya madalas pag-usapan, lalo na ng mga Pilipino. Kasi diba, meron tayong thinking na, ay, bahala na, mga kung ano-ano pang ganyan. Pero, oo. Tulad din ng sinabi ni Madam Teddy nga, yun, minsan, tao lang din tayo, and hindi masama na humingi ng tulong sa iba minsan. Alam mo yun?
Tama, talagang first step ay acknowledgement na kailangan mo na may something wrong sa'yo and kailangan mo ng tulong.
Kasi yun talaga yung pinakamahirap na part, yung mag-open up. So, ayun,
tama.
Marami namang pumili ka lang ng safe space para
may mga sinabi siyang
yung support
ways,
niya, yung
kung paano
family
mag-cope.
and friends niya, tapos humingi din siya ng tulong sa psychiatrist. Gusto mo yun?
Totoo. Yun yung parang yun yung pinaka makakatulong sa'yo. Siya yung mag-guide sa'yo kung ano yung mga solutions na pwede mong i-try. And sabi nga niya, yung okay might be a simple world, pero yung to be in that state, sobrang journey
Sobrang
siya.
hirap ma-achieve. Totoo yan. So,
Ayan.
maraming salamat kay ating KaVet Teddy sa pag-share ng kanyang kwento. Gusto ko yun.
Madami tayo natutunan actually sa short entry niya na yon.
At ang dami ko rin natutunan na malalim na words, girl. Ephemeral. Gusto mo yun? Hindi ko alam yung sabihin. Sharing. So, ayun po. Doon po nagtatapos ang ating Vets Kwentuhan Online. Maraming salamat, KaVet Hana.
And maraming salamat din, KaVet Miko. This episode is also brought to you by Pet Ideas Incorporation. They are the exclusive importer and distributor of pet care and nutritional products in the Philippines. For more information, kindly contact our alumnus, Dr. Jose Marie Cardenas, at 0977-032-8527 or email them at admin.sales@petideasinc.com. Yan.
Yes.
Check out their website at https.
dogschoice.co. For our next segment, syempre may segment tayo na rapid testing or fast talk. Oo, para siyang kay Boy Abunda, gano'n. So magsasalitan tayo ng questions, magtatanungan tayo. Tapos, yan, pili ka lang kung ano yung mas bet mo. So ako na magsimula. So, KaVet Hana, more time or more money?
Syempre dun tayo sa more money.
Yes!
Perfect job or perfect relationship?
Siyempre, perfect job. Makakapaghintay ang relationship.
Sunny
Sunny weather or rainy weather?
weather. Ikaw naman. No sleep or no food?
Hirap. Okay, no sleep ako. Kasi, ito kayo mabuhay ng walang pagkain. Sana call o chat?
Parang call.
Call.
Expensive thing you bought for yourself?
Parang wala naman masyadong pinagkakagastusan. Cellphone siguro. Pero yung murahin lang. What's the nicest thing someone told you?
Ang bait ko raw.
Wow! Totoo naman yun, guys.
Right, thanks. Travel alone or travel with friends?
Travel alone. Life pause button or life rewind button?
Dun tayo sa life pause button. So, sa'yo, stay in or night out?
Stay in. Ako mas gusto ko na lang mag-movie sa loob. Tsaka syempre pag-game.
So, ayun, that's all for our last segment. Thank you sa inyo sa mga KaVet natin, kay Sir Rain, kay Professor Tolentino, sa UP VetSoc residents for making our third episode very informative.
Yes, and watch out for our fourth episode next month. And don't forget to follow in our official Facebook page at facebook.com/UP VetSoc. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/UP VetSoc_. And on Instagram at instagram.com/UP VetSoc. So if you want to know more about our organization, please visit our website at upvetsoc.card.co/pound. Yung card ay $R. And once again, I am KaVet Jobs.
And I am Hannah. Bye guys. See you next month.